Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tittle Tattle Tarot. It's Georgie and
Mr. Georgie again.
Julian.
Dr. Georgie.
Dr. Georgie. Julian. He's actually really prepared this week. He's got notes.
I've got notes. Been very busy.
Getting very professional at this.
So, why have you dragged me away from my laboratory again?
Well, I dragged you away from your lab.
Yeah.
Because I thought we might have a little chat.
Right.
We're going to chat about these insects, these bugs that they want us to eat.
Hey?
They want us to eat bugs.
Surely. Why would they do that? Why would they? How are we going to do that with your cards then?
Well, I don't quite know. I've got my Rider-Waite tarot here. So traditional Rider-Waite tarot. Give them a good old shuffle.
Can I move that up?
You can move it wherever you like. I don't know whether it'll stay there. There you go. See, look, we've even got a microphone. How professional. So yes, so I thought we'd just talk and then we pull a card and see what the tarot say about it all.
All right.
And we'd start off with bugs, and then I thought we might go on to Mr. Fauci, Dr. Fauci.
I know him very well. Yeah, I know him very well.
You know him.
Yeah, I've come across him in my line of work.
Have you?
Yeah.
So you can give us the inside scoop.
I'll give him the inside scoop. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And now, what do we need to say? We need to do our disclaimer, don't we?
What disclaimer? That everything we say is about to be true.
Everything we say is our opinion only. Just our thoughts and feelings
thoughts
on
for the
things.
day.
Yes,
thoughts and feelings.
Yeah. Not to be trusted, but you could probably trust us more than them. Let's put it like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, my insect sandwich was nice this morning.
Was it really? What sort of insects did you have in your insect sandwich?
Can't tell you. It's top secret.
Did you know? Was it crunchy?
It's very crunchy, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think about all this eating insects? And do you know what? It's already in some things.
It's been in quite a lot of stuff for quite a long time.
Yeah. I saw that if you buy cheddar cheese puffs or something, they don't sound very
they're going to be in all that bloody processed shit, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah. They say it's like what do they call it? Grasshopper flour or something like that.
Right? Yeah.
So check your ingredients.
And also red food colouring is something like beetle juice or something
that's
like
been
that.
going on for years. Is that cochineal? Is that
I don't know quite what they call that.
I think they call it that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's been going on for
that's been going on for a long time. That's why everyone's cooking.
Yes. But no, we're going to talk about bugs in food.
Bugs.
So I want you to pull a card. Look, I'm going to hold them up here. Hold on, and just pull a starter card.
Start for 10. There you go, wherever that one is.
There. Look, you see this. Now this. It's a very smug card. This. It's a 9 of Cups, and it's it's probably like World Economic Forum and all those bods.
Who?
Have you not heard of them?
No. Who are they?
I'm not quite sure.
You don't know who the World Economic Forum is? Oh,
but it's them anyway.
I better do some research on them then.
You better
see
do
that
some
is.
Research. No. It's those people.
Where do they have a little meet up then?
I think it's
the village halls anyway.
No.
All right.
But these guys, this is like the smug card. It's kind of, well, I'm all right, Jack. Look how plump. This is Klaus Schwab, I reckon. Look how plump that man is.
Klaus?
Do you think? I think
Klaus Schwab.
I think
Klaus Schwab.
Yeah. He's looking very sort of plump. Could be
they need a tagline, don't they, that World Economic Forum? Something like, you will own nothing and be happy. That would be a good tagline for them, wouldn't it?
Who would say that?
No one
Who would ever
say
that?
No one would say that.
This is like that sort of very smug card. I've got everything I need. These cups are all drained here. Look how plump he is. He's drunk from the cups. He's not eaten bugs, I can tell you that. He's had a big old steak. Do you not think?
You're not allowed to eat steaks anymore.
I bet he does. Klaus Schwab,
the elites? No. They do everything that they want us to do.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Yeah, they travel on EasyJet and drive little electric cars.
And they have nothing.
But they're very, very happy.
There you go. So that's a good card to start with. This is that greedy, gluttonous, I've got the lot and I'm sitting very comfortably, thank you, with my little fat belly because I've had the lot. So we'll keep that on one side. So come on then, let's talk about these bugs. You start off.
I start off. Okay. Well, why do they want to see it in the bugs then? What's behind the bug Bug bollocks.
It's supposed to be climate change, isn't it?
Climate change. Is there a climate change going on?
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
You better tell us about that. Then.
Well, it's all about climate change. It's all about this weather. This is what we went into last week, wasn't it? About all the planes and the contrails and the chemtrails and trying to change the climate with all that.
Yeah, I watched an interesting one about that during the week.
Did
The old chemtrails, yeah.
Did you?
Mm.
You're going to tell us a little bit? But we are on bugs, so you
We
can
are on
only
bugs.
be
No,
sure.
no. Well, yeah, it's a military and government operation. The civil aviation authorities in this country. I don't know if there's a civil aviation authority in America or Europe, but in this country, the CAA are all they have to inspect the planes. They know what's going on. They know what's going on, and the person that I watched the video from has even narrowed down to where the planes are coming from and what the company is. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to know a bit more about that, then message Mrs Georgie and I will send you the video for it.
Okay. All right, well, there you go. So no, all about climate change, and they say that now this, Julian and I are big meat eaters, but we are not sort of saying anything about vegetarians or vegans. I think the important thing is you should be able to eat exactly the way you want, whether you choose to only eat, plants, or whether you're like us and you're sort of quite heavily carnivore and meat and fish and what have you. I don't think it matters. We all respect each other. I respect vegans, I respect vegetarians, and I'm a meat eater, and so is my husband. But, that's not what this is about. This is about an agenda to get us to eat something that we're not designed to eat.
It's nothing to do with cows farting them.
Well, yes, in a roundabout way, this is what they're saying. What
they're saying is that apparently cows burp and fart more than you do.
Well, that would be hard.
That's what they're saying.
But I'm a lady, I don't do that.
Of course not.
Ladies don't do that.
Of course not.
No, yeah, all this rubbish, yes. Now, it would be interesting to know what you think about this.
I heard just a little while ago that and again, this bloody news channels were saying about that, so it's bollocks.
You need to watch your language.
Well, it's rubbish, isn't it? And they were designing masks for cows to stop them burping methane flying around.
It was a joke, but
no, apparently it was true.
Okay, well, so supposedly the climate change, because
how they were supposed to eat their grass, I don't know.
I don't know. So yes, climate change because cows are gaseous creatures and
gaseous
livestock do these things, which is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. So, but that is what they're saying.
Yes. So who wants us to eat these bugs then?
Well,
who's behind this?
Well, I know Gates isn't he?
Billy Boy, my mate, the most powerful doctor in the world.
Well, let's pull. Because last time we spoke about Gates, we got the Emperor in reverse. So we know who that is. So come on then, pull. Who are we getting this time? Gates. Just pull something pull a good one. Oh my God.
Don't know what that one is. What's that one all about?
That one. Well, this isn't Gates. But this is out in the cold. This is seclusion, isolation. This is the way that they're making the farmers feel, I think. Yep. These poor farmers, I don't know very much about what's happening in the Netherlands, and that's shame on me, and I should do. But I know that farms are being taken back from the farmers.
Yep.
In Ireland, how many cattle have they ordered?
They want 200,000 cattle to be slaughtered.
And this is people's life.
Climate change, apparently.
Yeah.
For climate change.
So this is not Bill Gates. This is not Bill Gates out in the cold. These are farmers. And look at it, destitute. And I don't think a card could express destitution more than this one, more than the 5 of coins, 5 of pentacles. Look how bowed they are. Look how on their knees they are, this couple. It's all happening in here. This is like, it's all going on in there, but these are isolated and segregated. It's all about segregation, isn't it? These poor farmers. So yeah, perfect card for the way they're portraying the farmers. Yeah, so Bill Gates, talk to me about Bill Gates.
Bill. Well, Bill apparently owns, but he's probably the biggest landowner of farmland in America,
really?
from what I've been reading. Yeah, so he can now control how much livestock there are, Obviously keep some nice ones for himself.
Yeah. I bet.
And then get all the other farmers to run the laboratories to produce and harvest these bugs, because apparently insects are the way forward.
And you know, they've got celebrities
Nicole
eating
Kidman, one of them.
You know, and people would look at Nicole Kidman. I mean, you don't, and I don't, but people would look at Nicole Kidman and think, oh, but she's beautiful, and she's, oh, what a wonderful figure she's got, and she's so successful, and oh my God, and she looks like that, and she eats bugs. Well, I'm sure she doesn't eat bugs.
I can tell you now, she doesn't eat bugs 3-4 times a day, every day of the bloody week. I know that.
No. And who else is doing it? Oh, there's James Corden, big fat horrible slug like.
Oh, has
James
he done it? Has he?
Corden, he's doing
Has he
it.
been doing it?
Well, he's disgusting. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a horrible man.
Yeah.
For entertainment only. I don't know the man. That's just my opinion. Pull a card for the celebrities.
For celebrities.
Yeah, the celebrities that are doing this.
The celebrities that are doing
You know, the celebrities that are going on television and they're crunching these bugs and go, oh, that's rather nice. What have we got here?
Yeah.
Oh, look, Empress in reverse. Well, talking about Nicole Kidman, you know, the Empress up the right way, that's your mother. That's your woman who does everything for the right reasons. You know, if you're an Empress, you know, your Mother Earth, you're kind, you come from your heart, you're all 4 queens. This is a woman that couldn't be bought. Let's put it like that. You wouldn't be able to go to the Empress and say, look, I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars for you to promote this. And she would go, oh, yes, okay, then that's good. No, the Empress would never do that. But we've got the Empress in reverse. Oh, yeah, you want me to promote that? You give me the money, you pay for this, you pay for that. I'll have that. That's fine. Oh, I don't really care about what it does to health. I'll promote it because I'm being paid for it. That's your Empress in reverse. So
a lot of people on the payroll.
A lot of people on the payroll. And don't believe me, it's not just Nicole Kidman. And this covers all those kind of shallow celebrities that you just pay them and they will say whatever you want them to say. So we'll leave that one there. Yeah, so these celebrities are coming out and saying, oh, this tastes rather nice. This tastes rather good.
They haven't mentioned an ingredient of the bugs, though, have they?
Well, they haven't. And from what I know, well, for a start, it's in the Bible, isn't it? Now, I'm don't trust my Bible reading, but you know, I think there are various passages within the Bible that say that, you know, thou shalt not eat bugs or whatever. It's not a 10 commandment, but you know what I mean. It's like they are poisonous, they are debased, and you know, you should not eat bugs. Well, of course not. I mean, I think the thing is, human beings have survived for millions of years because we're so adaptable and we can eat a lot of different things. But these bugs, what have they got in them?
Shitting.
That's
very, very apt name.
I think it might be chitin, actually.
Shitting. It's the easiest way of remembering it. Shitting. Chitin.
I think it's chitin.
Chitin.
But we're going to call it shitting. So yes, it's got this in it, which is.
So I did a little bit of research on that.
Oh, go on. Did you do some research? You're gone.
It's a super concentrated form of gluten used in industrial processes, as in like making plastics.
Oh, God.
But obviously, Bill has decided that it's good enough for us to eat.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, it's the proteins in the bugs are 1,000 times more toxic than processed gluten.
Oh,
triggers autoimmune disease, cancers, you name it, all the usual stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, is this just another way of getting us sick so that we need more pharmaceutical drugs?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Bill's got quite a few shares in some pharmaceutical companies, hasn't he?
And you did tell me last week he's a doctor.
He's a very, very powerful doctor, most powerful doctor in the world.
You know, is this just another way of messing up our health so that, you know, we're going to be even more dependent on the pharmaceutical industry?
I think you've answered your own question there.
Well, I think that, but you know, I'm a silly old tarot reader. What do I know?
I'm a scientist.
Exactly. So I always defer to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's pull a card on it. So is all of this, you know, trying to change our diet? I mean, forget about climate change.
Oh,
That's,
is that finished now?
no,
Climate change.
it's not that, but I'm just sort of saying, I think that is like the story, isn't it? That's the cover story.
That's the cover story. Yeah.
So let's just see, is it
Climate change is the cover
for
story.
health? Is it?
This is for health. What's that one say?
Oh my God, see, again, hermit in reverse. Now, hermit in reverse, if the hermit, that way up, if the hermit said to you, look, you need to do X, Y, Z, that is the correct thing to do. If you follow me, I've got my lantern and I won't lead you astray. I'm going to lead the path, and quite often there's a pathway up, like quite a steep mountain or a hillside, and the hermit's leading the way. And you know that if you follow this person, he'll take you into the light. A hermit never lies to you. And if you've got a hermit, this is the Virgo card.
Oh, is it?
My husband's a Virgo.
I won't
So
lie
there
to
you
you.
go,
I won't lie to you.
there you are. You
Mm.
see, and he's very straightforward. He's never lied to me. Never lied to me, have you?
No.
Well, not that I know
No.
of. I
haven't told you about my 7 children and 7
You
ex-wives.
haven't told me that.
Yeah.
But no, very, very sort of straightforward. And this is the Virgo card, and it's like the truth card. You trust this. But we haven't got it that way up, have we? So we basically know that it's gaslighting. I think that's a perfect example of this gaslighting. It's not
Well, there's been some gaslighting over the last few years, isn't there?
yeah, it's not true. So yeah, so we asked about health. This is not that they're saying, oh, cockroach milk is the most
Oh, well, they're
protein.
making some form of butter from it or something,
That's
wasn't
right.
it? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they're saying that it's so high in protein, the highest thing that contains protein. Well, not according to this, it's not. So
I can remember when they brought out margarine.
margarine. How old are you?
Well, only about 150. Then it was utterly butterly.
That's right, utterly buttery,
Yeah.
and all those flora, good for your heart.
Good for your heart.
Yes.
Flora.
Yes.
All those margarines made to taste like butter, when basically you should have been having butter in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So where were we with all this? We talked about the pharmaceutical industry, didn't we? It's just, so what do you think? Do you think that they want us to be sick? I mean, if we've all got diabetes and we've all got heart problems, my God.
Ka-ching.
Yeah, ka-ching. Yeah.
Ka-ching. That's what it all comes down to. The ka-chings.
Yeah. So have you got any more notes there about this?
Well, yeah, basically they're trying to bankrupt farmers.
Well, yes.
And ranches.
Look, there you are. And
to
look
do
at that.
that.
They're your bankrupt farmers. You can't get a better depiction.
So just to make things worse,
of
they're mixing all that shitting and what have you.
Yes.
They're mixing it with soy, and
Yes.
obviously it lowers testosterone and causes even more physical problems.
So do you think this is
spinal cancers?
really?
Chitting cannot be processed by our guts, and it's causing a lot of spinal cancers.
So this is something that years to come.
And it's all there. I
look
found
out
that last
for.
night, so it's all there.
It's all there.
It's
Yeah.
all there. You
Yeah.
just gotta go through. Basically, you got to find out who funded the studies first of all.
Well, this is it. They're saying, oh, this is the next wonderful thing. It's the best thing. But look at who the studies are by. They're never independent studies, are they?
No, you want to find someone that's been independently studied. No links to any Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Tony Blair Foundation, all those foundations, which is just a nice way of transporting a few quid here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find the proper science, not what's being shoved down your throat from the TV or from Bill.
And a lot of the proper scientists, they're
quiet. They're silenced anyway.
Silenced, aren't they? Yeah.
Rumble and BitChute. That's where you got to go to find the stuff on Telegram.
So I was going to say something very profound. You've made me forget now.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. What are you going to say?
Oh, I don't know. If I knew, then I'd be off on it.
Were you going to apologise for all your farting and burping?
No, I don't. I
No?
don't do that. I don't do that. We're ladies, aren't we? We don't do things like that. It's men that do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, look, the way we eat now, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, and I'm not saying, everybody should eat like we do, but we live in the country. We get our meat locally. Our meat is raised on the farm next door, basically. So, it doesn't travel anywhere, does it? It goes to the butcher's, which is in the next village. It's slaughtered there. We buy it there. We have a friend who shoots deer. So we get venison just from down the road.
Yep.
We have chickens locally, and all the eggs are local, including geese eggs or duck eggs. You know, and this is the main majority of our food. We live near Eastbourne. We eat fish. You know, how local is that? Our stuff isn't being flown in. We're not having like pineapple from here and avocado from there, and you know, stuff coming from all over the world, are we? What we eat, I would say 95% of it comes locally. So I would like to know, you know, how can anybody say that that is, you know, a bad carbon footprint? It's not, is it? And
It's
I would say
horrendous, isn't it?
most people in the country eat like that, you know.
Yeah.
That's true though, isn't it?
Very true. Yeah, very true. You got very serious there.
We got very serious because
Yeah.
it's a lot to me,
Yeah.
you know, and thinking about these poor farmers being persecuted, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they are.
Because that's what it is.
They've had this whole agenda pushed through to them.
Yes.
On them.
Yeah.
And still people can't see it. Oh, I know a farming person, and they won't see any of this.
No.
They won't see it. But
no.
yeah, it's they will do at one point.
So, you know, in you listening, do you think that all of this is a way of just making us sick?
Sick and controlled.
Sick and controlled.
Every time, sick and controlled.
The thicker we are, then the less likely we are to actually say, you know, you're not a strong community then, are you? And then you can't stand up because you're ill. You can't stand up and go, wait a minute, I'm not doing this, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's wander off that onto Fauci, your
Who?
friend Fauci.
Mr. Fauci?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr.
Fauci.
Yes.
Dr. Fauci.
Tell me about him.
Well, he works for the NIH, or did work for the NIH.
Not the NHS.
Not the NHS, no.
I don't know what the NIH is. What's that mean? Obviously, I'll put you on the spot.
You
now.
have put me on the spot.
No, we don't worry about it.
It's something to do with
gloss over that.
Don't
worry about it.
No. But basically he was or is the advisor to the bloke that can't stand up very well, Mr. Biden.
Mr. Biden.
The bloke who he's a bit of a trip hazard, isn't he?
Yes, he is a bit of a trip hazard.
Bit of a trip hazard, yeah.
My friend's got a tortoise called Trip Hazard.
Oh,
yes,
didn't know that. Yeah.
It's not Biden.
Yeah, poor old Joe, the old fake president.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been the advisor for obviously all the well, there's been that virus thing, isn't there, that happened a little while ago. He was the advisor to him.
What, that virus?
That virus, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that one that came out of that
Kung flu.
The Kung flu that came out of that
yes,
that
China
laboratory in Wuhan, yeah, yes. Wuhan, where so he sort of sent some
meat market then.
No, it came from the wet market, apparently. The wet market in Wuhan, of which apparently there was a laboratory next door to the wet market.
That was handy, wasn't it?
That's very handy. So yeah, so there's a bit of concern as to whether the so-called virus was released from the laboratory into the wet market, and obviously then it escaped and it killed millions and millions from around the world. So they sent a team of experts in to investigate the laboratory. But what they didn't tell most people was that the people that went in to investigate the laboratory were the people that actually worked there. They did this under the under Fauci's
so let's
orders.
pull a card for Fauci, because we need to pull a card now for Fauci. We got here.
Oh, what have we got here? What's that one?
So he has got his fingers in many pies. That's where I see this. 7 of Cups. You know, this is all those choices, all those things that I've got my finger in.
Yeah.
And I think this is a man with his finger in many, many pies, many cups. He was involved in AIDS, wasn't he? When that all.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah, he was, and this rings true again with what they did with the bloody COVID thing. So the COVID thing was, you could have symptoms, but you wouldn't know.
Yeah, asymptomatic, isn't it?
Asymptomatic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so go back however many years ago, 20, 30 years ago, for the AIDS thing. He was in charge of the AIDS thing.
Mm.
And he said you could get AIDS from sitting next to an infected person.
So much fear, so much fear.
Yeah.
And in this country, we have foot and mouth, didn't when it wasn't from
I don't. He wasn't involved in foot and mouth, but the guy that was involved with foot and mouth has been. He does this. They call it modelling, don't they?
Yes.
This computer modelling to try and work out how the diseases are going to infect the country and all that sort of stuff. Well, the same person was involved with the foot and mouth.
Right.
And he got it way, way wrong, as he did with this COVID thing.
Yeah.
And I think there was something like so many hundred of thousands of cattle slaughtered in this country.
And again, look, poor old farmers, they were the ones.
Yeah, the farmers again.
The farmers.
There was a lot of suicides over that.
Yeah.
And then when it actually came down to it, the amount of cattle that were infected, I believe, was around about 150 to 200.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how many it was. But of course, we had all this fear, or you couldn't go out into the countryside. Yes. I don't think we were allowed to. Were we allowed to go to France? I don't think we were allowed to go to France.
I think, and you know, that was before the internet, really, wasn't it? So can you imagine what it would be like now if something like that happened? Yeah. It would be, but you know, this is, if you take this sort of silhouette here as being Fauci, all these different cups, you know, all these little bits of power that he's got, you know, ways that he can use to control us, you know, things that he's tried. These are all like strategies and tactics. So yeah, I think that's
swine flu was the one. Swine flu was the one that they there was their like little warm up for COVID.
And what about this CJD? All that
CJ, was that
the spinal one, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
getting, you know, well, supposedly. Well,
well,
I'm sure that it did happen.
There weren't very many of those.
No.
But yeah, it's the same people behind it all the time.
Yeah,
same
fear,
people. Fear. Yeah,
and
these people are still in jobs. They still have jobs. But I heard something this week, and I've heard it from a very, very respected man, and that Fauci was arrested this week.
Interesting.
I haven't seen anything. They're going to try, if it has happened, they will do everything they possibly can.
See if the cards will tell us
to keep that out the mainstream news. Obviously, the mainstream news would have been in on that.
Fauci arrested earlier this week.
Yeah.
Well, this is celebrating someone this way up. This is the person who rides into town and everyone goes, "Oh God, what a good man that is." That's a good man. That's somebody to look up to on his high horse. This man on his high horse. Let's all, you know, celebrate him, applaud him. We all follow him. According to that, that's very likely that he did get arrested. This is how the mighty have fallen, and I think that phrase that sums it up beautifully. How the mighty have fallen. Think on that.
There we go.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we going next then?
Well, I don't know. I haven't really got anything.
You haven't really got anything?
No.
Haven't really got anything?
No.
Oh.
I mean, there are plenty of things around, but
plenty of things around. Such as?
I can't think of anything at the moment. I mean, there are loads of things, aren't there? But, you know, I wanted to cover the bugs, and I wanted to have a little look at Fauci. What about Klaus?
Klaus? What about Klaus? Klaus.
Big old slug-like Klaus.
Slug-like Klaus. Yeah.
Do you think they'll find out we've said that about him? Because I'm only being very what could I say? It's a term of endearment.
Endearment.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been called a lot worse.
He knows I call him that, and he doesn't mind.
And
all of this is for entertainment only.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Klaus. Yeah. They all fly in. Was it something like 1,500 private jets fly into Davos every year, don't they? Yeah. All in the name of climate change, so they can talk about climate change.
So I think they probably do a lot more damage than a few cow burps.
I think they probably do. Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah, and they're all friends with each other. They're all friends. Oh, Charlie's good friends with him.
Who's Charlie?
Charlie.
Charlie. Who's Charlie?
King Charles.
Oh, King Charles. Don't now.
King Charles. Known him.
Another subject
Known him for
now.
years. Known him for donkey's years.
Well, yeah, they have. Yes, yeah. Yeah.
So in Charles, he owns nothing and he's happy.
Exactly.
So it obviously works. It obviously works.
Yes.
So yeah, bit of food for thought, isn't it?
But going back to Schwab.
What about him?
Well, I don't know really. I mean, what do you think of his health? Let's pull one for his health.
Let's pull one.
We hear
because if he's eating the bugs, he's obviously going to be a picture of health.
He doesn't look a picture of health.
Does he not look a picture of health? What about Bill? Bill likes his
got,
insects.
Like man boobs.
Has he?
He's got like a big old.
He needs to stop eating that meat, doesn't he?
He looks a bit soft to me.
Does he?
A bit sort of man boob.
Does he not look athletic?
No, and nor does Schwab.
Well, he's got a lot on his plate, being the most powerful doctor in the world. What about this one here?
I don't know. Not so this is on Schwab. Oh, the magician. Oh, now we've heard about his health, haven't we? We've heard, he's had another heart attack and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he has. I would like to say, well, yes, he's not long for this planet, but the magician, this is all again a bit sneaky. Watch this hand while that hand does something. You know the game that the conjurers play with the cups. And you think, I know where it is, but you never do you? And this is very much the magician. Watch this hand while that hand does something else.
Well, I'm going to throw something in the mix now.
Go on, tell me what.
Body doubles.
But, well, you see, this is what he believes this. Now, I don't know so much, but he says about Bill Gates having a body double, King Charles
Biden's got a few.
Oh, well, yes, but Biden.
Biden, you've got the real Biden who's a trip hazard, and then you've got the other ones they roll out for a few other events.
So, well, let's pull a card on it.
Let's see.
Are
they using body doubles?
Body doubles.
Where we going?
Body doubles.
Let's have that one. What's that one say?
Could well be right, Fall in reverse. Fall the right way up. The full doesn't mislead you. Look at this. It's a very jolly card, This chap here, he goes off, he's got his friendly dog by his side. Dogs are faithful companions, aren't they? He's got his little knapsack over his shoulder. He steps off very innocently into the world. It's not foolish, but it's innocent, and it's very open to everything, open to experiences. This is not a world weary card. This is very sort of zest for life, if you like. Well, up the other way, this is totally world weary. There's no new start. Nothing's new with this. Seen it all, done it all, been there before. If a card was sort of going to say, well, body doubles, I would say that is possibly it. Possibly it. That way up, no. That way up, no. They wouldn't deceive you. That way up, been there, seen it, done it. Of course it happens.
A lot of deception, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, should we leave it there for this week? Well, I've got to go back to my laboratory.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you cooking up?
I'm making up some concoctions. Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
So yes, let's put one final one just on the state of the world.
The state of the world.
The state of the world. So we just want to know about the state of the world. Is it going to hell in a handcart? What do you reckon? State of the world, Sarge. Come on, Julian, pull a good card. State of the world. You see, this gives me hope. And to be honest, I do read on these subjects, and I always read on them in private. I don't put them online, but I read things about what is happening in this world, and will these terrible people prevail? And I get this card so often, and it's like the good people will prevail.
I think people are starting to realise that they have been absolutely shit on, basically.
Yeah.
And
shitting,
yeah.
Shiting.
And that they've been deceived, they've been robbed, had stuff stolen from them, and there is a group of people around the world who are literally trying to take over everything, and make everyone's life a bloody misery.
And I think this card is, and it's not the first time that I've had this. Every time, whenever you've seen the readings that I've done, you know, on World Economic Forum, on all of these very dark subjects that I read on personally, and I don't put them out there. This card comes up, and it's always, and I know you always say, well, you know, good over evil, good will prosper over evil, but I really think it will. It's going to take a while, but
It's going to take a while. They have paid so many people to lie for them.
Yeah.
That it's going to take a while, and the more people that sort of start to come around and realise that they've been done over, the more angry they're going to get. And wake up to it all. But
that's a positive card to end on. You know, people are fundamentally good. There are some very evil, bad people out there, but I believe that, you know, justice will come round. Yeah. And the good will. It's going to take a while. The good will win. Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm going to say goodbye. You're going to go. I'm going back cooking insects. Yeah, cook me insects up again. And we'll be back again with another one very soon. Hope you enjoyed that. You take care. Have a good day. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, there you go.